Internet, Eric here. Well, it's Slashback Saturday once again. If you guys don't know that, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Slashback Saturday is a concept my buddy Joe on the Horror Man YouTube channel created, where literally every Saturday all you do is try to find a slasher movie that fits into the category of the week. The easiest way to say it. It's open to anyone. It's a lot of fun to do. I like to do it as much as I can when my schedule allows it, or when I'm not too damn tired. This week's category was day and night slashers, and the only requirement was to pick a slasher film that had the word day or night in the title. And I was gonna do. I made this one easy this week because I've mentioned numerous times on this channel that I'm on a bunch of podcasts, and this Monday on the Graveyard Shift, the episode for the movie I'm going to discuss here will be released. Obviously, it's just me solo here, but if you want to, like I said, cheap plug, if you want to listen to what me and Mike think about said film, I'll put the link for the website in the description below. Anyways, my entry for this week's Slashback Saturday for day and night slashers is Bloody Birthday. Now, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I discuss plot spoilers, specific scenes, what have you. This came out in 80 or 81. I'm not sure. The year will be in the title. Basic plot for this is there's a lunar eclipse one day, and 3 children were born on the same day. And 10 years later, they are showing off multiple homicidal tendencies, and it's up to the lead actress and her younger brother to try to stop them. Okay, first off, I had never heard of this movie before, and I probably would only watch it based on two things: a, doing it with Mike, and then this cover here, which is just a birthday cake. And if you can, it's kind of hard to see with the glare, but those candles are actually fingers. So it's kind of like, going back in the days of when you used to go to the video store and you would pick out a horror movie just based on the cover. So that caught my attention, and that has nothing to do with the movie here. First off, let's get right down to it. The lead actress, she's fine. She does what she needs to do. Likable. She's not over the top when she needs to be scared. She's not over the top when she needs to be tough. So that's all there really is to say about that. Her brother, the younger brother, the other hero, he's also very likable, sympathetic. He gets beat up by these kids a lot. There's a scene where they lock him in a refrigerator in a not a junkyard, I guess you would say, and he has to MacGyver his way out of it. And it's a really cool scene. You believe him that he's in peril. He's not like over the top, freaking out or anything. So he actually is really good. I like when he is trying to stand up to the psycho kids, and you actually believe it. He's getting bullied by these kids. He's getting threatened by these kids. He stands up to them, and it's actually really good. Before I get to the killer kids, the only other person worth mention is Julie Brown is in this, and I'm not talking about downtown Julie Brown from MTV. The Wubba Wubba girl. I'm talking about Julie Brown. I guess the only other way to say it is the white one, who was in Earth Girls Are Easy, and she wrote the theme song, sung the theme song, sung the I'm a Blonde song from that movie. She has numerous comedy and music albums. She is in this, and she plays the older sister to one of the psycho kids, the older sister to the girl. She's very likable, like Julie Brown always is. She's not as much of a ditz in this one as she's known to portray. I was happy. A little bonus in this, it was she gets nude quite a bit in this. She looks fantastic, especially in 1980, 1981, whenever this came out. She's very, very likable. Not just because of the nudity stuff, but she's quirky when she needs to be quirky. She's not overly over the top annoying. So the adults, the two main adults, plus the main good kid, they're really pretty good. Really pretty good. They're really good. Now let's get to the psycho kids. We have I don't have the characters' names off the top of my head, so we have dark-haired boy, the girl, and the blonde boy. Okay, dark-haired boy is the leader, and he grew up to he the actor. He ends up being on, like, he's Parker Lewis's best friend. If you ever saw Parker Lewis Can't Lose, and he's in Just One of the Boys. He's the sex fiend younger brother in Just One of the Boys. He's the lead one here, and he's really good at being creepy. He's not over the top. He's got really good facial features when he's acting. When he's trying to be psychotic, um, he's got a really evil smirk. Like I love how when they're defeated and they're being taken away by the cops, and he just looks at the lead actress and he's just got this smile on his face like, bitch, when I get out of this prison, I'm coming for you. So and he's really good. The smirk again. There's one of my favorite scenes in this movie is when it's a birthday party for all three of the kids because they're all born on the same day, and he's in the kitchen while the birthday party's happening. He finds like rat poison or something like that. Rat poison, ant poison, and then it cuts to the icing on the cake, and then it cuts to him putting more icing on the cake. So you think he's going to he's poisoning the icing, and then he cuts to him doing it on the other cake. And Julie Brown says, "Hey, we need more cake because everybody in the fucking town is going to this birthday party and eating cake." And then lead actress sees, he drops like the ant poison and sees him like coloring all over the cake with the icing. She runs out and she's freaking out. She's saying, "Hey, dark-haired boy, poison the icing." After you see kids eating it, adults eating the cake, they're fucking feeding their faces with it, and he then goes to the cake and he just with the icing, tastes it himself, gives her this like, gotcha look. So I really like this kid. The blonde, not the blonde boy, the young girl. We'll talk about her. She's really good too. She's really good at trying to be the cute one. But she, just like the kid I was just talking about, has really good facial features, crazy facial features, and sweet, looks innocent, but she is deadly with a bow and arrow. What she does at the end of the movie, I won't spoil, is really good. So she's great too. Then we got the blonde kid, the blonde boy. He doesn't really do much other than one scene, in my opinion. And then he walks around looking evil with a kitchen knife. So I don't remember a lot of dialogue to this kid because it focused mainly on the other two. But I guess you would say he's kind of like the muscle, the quiet muscle, does what needs to be done when it needs to be done type of thing. So he does his job. I prefer the other two kids because they actually have a personality. But the kids, really good, really creepy. One thing I really love about this movie is they don't hide the fact that the kids are the killers. All right? Because that adds to the creepiness. That adds to the uncomfortableness. Seeing that these kids, even the actors, are participating in these horrible acts of violence and murder. And I think if they would have kept it a secret, for like the whole movie, and then they did the big reveal at the end, that kind of would have sucked. I really like the fact that we know from the first 20 minutes that it's kids behind this. Like the first murder, we don't see the killer on screen at all. It's two teenagers making out in a graveyard, and the girl doesn't want to get seen, so they decide to move from the open area of the graveyard into literally like a grave, and then the kids kill them off screen, which is a cool death. But I like how we get to see that it's actually kids. Speaking of, the violence in this movie, while not overly gory, is great. That scene in the graveyard I was talking about, we get a strangulation with a jump rope while the boyfriend is like hit numerous times in the face with a shovel, like, and then they get buried. We have one character is bludgeoned to death like severely with a baseball bat. That was brutal, I thought. Really cool. We have some gunplay. A lot of people getting shot. What else do we have? We have a really cool scene where the lead actress is in the she's in the junkyard, and she's being chased by the two boys. They're in a car. Like the blonde kid is like got a sheet over his head, and the dark-haired kid's the one working the pedals, and they're chasing her through the junkyard in this car. And I guess the lead actress did her own stunts. She's diving out of the way, running as fast as she can. There's like some really cool vehicle stunts of, you know, the peel outs and it crashing into the side of the junkyard, all the stuff piled up, and then eventually it goes off a hill as she moves out of the way and crashes. So the stunts are really good. Someone gets an arrow to the eyeball, which is pretty decent, and it's really I like how the kid that does the arrow kill, she's teasing the person, like knocking on the wall. There's like a hole in the wall, for reasons which I won't get into. Um, Not like glory hole reasons or anything like that, you pervs. But like knocking on the wall so the person will look into the look into the hole, and then so that the deaths and the murders in this I think are really cool. My only major problem is I go through like some nitpicks in the podcast, but my only real major problem in this one is the explanation. I hate the explanation on why the kids are doing what they're doing. It has to do with the eclipse. It has to do with the planets. It has to do with a lot of stupid shit, and I did not like that. But overall, um, I really didn't think I was going to be getting much out of this movie. But based on the performances, mainly of the kids, I gotta say, Bloody Birthday was great. I had a lot of fun with this one. Um, what little gore there is, I think. Oh, you know what? There is one death that I thought was pretty disappointing. Just because of the person who was killed, I absolutely hated them, and I thought they needed a bigger death. But I won't go into that. I won't spoil which character that is. Try to figure it out for yourself. But overall, Bloody Birthday had a lot of fun. Highly recommend it. Kids are creepy as hell. Kids are brutal as hell. That baseball bat death is really cool. The stunt in the junkyard is great. I love how it left itself open for a sequel, but I guess it never happened. I think because this movie didn't make a lot of money. Um, Two out of the three kids are great with their personality. With the third kid, he like I said, he's the quiet muscle. Um, Julie Brown gets naked, always a bonus. So in the end, I'm not gonna get the iPad again, but in the end, Bloody Birthday, really recommend this one. Had a lot of fun. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Click the bell. All that stuff. Comment below if you've seen this. Comment below if you hate this. Like this. Comment below if you actually like the reason why the kids are psycho, and tell me why, because I really don't know. I that's the main thing I hate. You know, I hate that. Other than that, thanks for the new subs. Thanks for all the recent participation. I don't know what else I'm gonna say other than cheers.